The prehistoric era of human history isn't always the easiest to bring to life, as films like Early Man and Year One have shown. However, the 2014 animated film The Croods explored this era in history in an endearing way and gave Stone the chance to voice an interesting character. Stone voices Eve Crude, a young girl whose family lives by strict guidelines outlined by her father, Nicolas Cage. The film shows how the Crude family clan learns to open themselves up to new experiences upon the arrival of an enigmatic young man simply known as Guy Ryan Reynolds. Seeing the Crudes evolve as they learn about new developments and cultural practices makes for a funny and occasionally informative story for children. While it's definitely geared towards a younger audience than most of Stone's films, The Croods packs a surprising amount of heart and meaning. Stone's vocal chemistry with Reynolds is so strong that the film ends up being a lot more heartfelt than it would be otherwise. Stone's best work often comes as a result of her chemistry with her co-stars, and 2015's Irrational Man gave her the chance to star opposite the great Joaquin Phoenix. Phoenix stars as the idiosyncratic Professor Abe Lucas, who strikes up a relationship with his student, Jill Stone. After observing a series of strange scenarios on campus, the pair decide to see if they can manipulate the behavior of different people. Stone and Phoenix do a great job at navigating Irrational Man's tonal shifts, as it takes a surprisingly dark direction by the time it concludes. Irrational Man works because it's a romantic black comedy about morally dubious characters. Although it's not evident at the beginning, the film slowly peels back the layers behind what motivates both Abe and Jill, showing how malicious they really are. It makes for an oddly dark satire of campus culture and adult relationships. Although not necessarily a great superhero movie, The Amazing Spider-Man is a great romantic comedy. Even though the film marketed itself as the untold story of Spider-Man's origins, The Amazing Spider-Man works best when it just focuses on the early romantic flings between Gwen Stacy, Stone, and Peter Parker, Andrew Garfield. Perhaps this would-be franchise could have been more successful if it set aside the Spider-Man mythology entirely and just focused on the two funny, charming young people at the center of its story. Stone and Garfield are so great together that they even managed to elevate the disappointing sequel The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Despite the film's obvious science fiction elements, The Amazing Spider-Man expertly shows how chaotic Peter Parker's life is. A terrific Andrew Garfield is the perfect match for Stone, their electrifying, humorous chemistry making the best of a SOSO screenplay. Zombieland takes a comedic spin on what the zombie apocalypse could look like if a group of unusual characters served as humanity's best hope for survival. The film follows the traveling loner Tallahassee, Woody Harrelson, joining the lonely Columbus, Jesse Eisenberg, as they make their way through what remains of society. They are soon joined by the deceiving Wichita, Stone, and Little Rock, Abigail Breslin, and the four form an unlikely alliance. The romantic chemistry between Stone and Eisenberg adds a touch of genuine emotion to what is otherwise a very silly movie. The film explores the survival genre interestingly, showing how it's often the most unexpected characters that are able to survive such deadly circumstances. Zombieland is rife with physical gags and darkly humorous action sequences, but it's the likability of characters like Wichita and Columbus that makes it an all-time great zombie movie. The Favorite is a great period piece film for viewers who don't traditionally enjoy costume dramas. The film explores a scandal at the heart of England in the early 18th century when the eccentric Queen Anne, Olivia Colman, is caught in a love triangle between her advisor, Lady Sarah Churchill, Rachel Wise, and her new protégée, Abigail Stone. Although Abigail feigns a sense of innocence in order to appeal to the Queen, her ruthless nature is evident by the time the story ends. Stone earned an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress for her sardonic, calculating work. A surprisingly hilarious and quirky analysis of the English monarchy, The Favorite excels as a clever and insightful dissection of cunning and ambition. Accompanied by the equally marvelous Rachel Wise and an Oscar-winning Olivia Colman, Stone delivers a remarkably confident, shifting, and hysterical turn that finds comedy in the most ruthless situations. Stone reunites with Greek director Yorgos Lanthimos for 2023's Poor Things, based on the eponymous 1992 novel by Alistair Gray. The Oscar winner actress stars as Bella Baxter, a Victorian brought back to life by a scientist following her suicide. Upon meeting with debauched lawyer Duncan Wedderburn, Mark Ruffalo, Bella runs away with him, setting off on a journey of self-discovery and sexual liberation. Poor Things features Stone's bravest, most confident, and risk-taking performance. The film itself is yet another bizarre, surreal, hysterical effort from the idiosyncratic and unique mind of Yorgos Lanthimos, a unique combination of genres and themes that results in one of the best comedies of 2023. Brilliant and bold, Poor Things is a triumph of thought and execution and a highlight in Lanthimos and Stone's careers.
With you I don't ever feel calm. I can feel the sweat inside my palm. Play with me like cats and a string. You don't understand the pain it brings. You don't ever wanna give me wings. You don't ever wanna set me free.